Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. We have a very interesting segment, and everyone is talking about it now. Everyone is saying what I've been saying. And all I can tell you is just do the math. Do the math. It's not difficult. Just do the math. This isn't something that I'm making up. This isn't something that H.A. Goodman, former Bernie bro, biggest Bernie supporter, Bernie booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. The unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. I'm not making this up. They have no money. They got no money. No money, honey. Democrats have no money, honey. You need money to run. You need hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay? Hundreds of millions of dollars. And in this day and age, you need well over $1 billion. And you need approaching $2 billion. You need over $2 billion to even get close with Trump. Trump was outspent $1.2 billion to $600 million. This is a fact. He still won. They cheated Bernie Sanders. They cheated Bernie Sanders. Again, they cheated Bernie Sanders, and the ghost of 2016 will live forever. Because when you're at Thanksgiving dinner and you know somebody in your family did something really bad or didn't own up or didn't attest or didn't, ask for forgiveness, you can't have the Thanksgiving dinner. You can't have, or at least you can have it, but it's always hovering. The whole family knows. Everybody at the dinner table knows. They never apologize for cheating Bernie Sanders. They did so for Clinton. And I'm telling you, the ghost of 2016 will live forever until the Democrats are either obliterated by Clinton 2020, which they will be, and they finally admit what they did. Look, they don't have money. You cannot raise money with Bernie Sanders or Clinton or Warren because Bernie Sanders was cheated, even though he's raising a lot of money now. At the end of the day, $200 million in the DNC fraud lawsuit waged by Jared Beck, Elizabeth Beck, and Nico House proved something. The DNC literally stated that it could pick its nominee, just like they did in the Gilded Age or years past. It is not a political party. There's no semblance of meritocracy. It has nothing to do with 20 candidates or 25,000 candidates. It doesn't matter. They have no money. They have no ability to make money. They have no ability to fundraise like Clinton. Now, Democratic donors, you're looking, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at an article here. I'll read it to you. Anxious Democratic establishment asks, is there anyone else in the New York Times? This is a public relations press release. The New York Times engages in public relations press releases. I have been telling you since 2017, look at the article below in the Huffington Post. I wrote, Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. Everyone's talking about Clinton 2020. How did I know in 2017? How did I know in 2015 Clinton would lose? For the same reason I know it's irrelevant. Losing or winning for Clinton is completely irrelevant because there's always 2024. And people say, oh, well, why do you always talk about this? Stop talking about this. Don't you have new material? This is the biggest story in 3 years since the day the Golden Muumuu lost. Since the day that Madam Cyber Hack lost. Party leaders are fatalistic about Democrats' chances in 2020 and are musing about possible late entrants. Sherrod Brown, Michelle Obama? Barack Obama and Michelle Obama will control the Democratic Party once the Clintons obliterate it and eventually Democrats and media move away from Bill and Hillary, which is going to likely to possibly happen after she loses again in 2020. Clinton is going to be the nominee. She is going to lose again. And she's going to run again in 2024. Clinton is going to run again, like I stated. Washington, when a half a dozen Democratic donors gathered. Okay, Would Hillary Clinton get in? The contributors wondered. And how about Michael Bloomberg? Okay, stop there. Stop there. Just since the last debate, just anecdotally, I've had 5 or 6 Democratic donors ask me, is there anyone else? Longtime Democrat who has run the party's recent conventions said, is there anyone else? Who do you think there might be? Yeah, it ain't going to be Sherrod Brown. It ain't going to be Bloomberg. Mrs. Clinton and Mr. Bloomberg have both told people privately in recent weeks that if they thought they could win, they would consider entering the primary. What? Why wouldn't Clinton think she could win? She got 6. Well, all we hear is we have the popular vote. A popular vote. She won the popular vote. She won the popular vote. She won the popular vote. Russia cheated her. She won the popular vote. How did Russia cheat her if she won the popular vote? How does that even work? She won the popular vote. And now we hear everything she said came true. Everything she said came true. Cool Blue 71. 2020 Dem establishment. Al Gore there. Everything she said came true. Everything that Clinton said came true. Everything Clinton said came true. I'm unsubbing. Exactly, K. Bowser. I'm unsubbing. The chances that another major contender decides to run are remote. I mean, this is Mrs. Clinton, after largely staying in the background of the Democratic primary, has been more vocal this month, promoting a book she wrote with her daughter and taunting Mr. Trump on Twitter. She also opened a feud with Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah. Carl's opinion! Mr. Goodman mods in chat. It's funny to see people now repeating what you've been saying. Thank you. Robert Patillo was on Tucker Carlson tonight. He said she is definitely running. Carl's opinion! Everyone subscribe to Carl's opinion. Say hello to Cartman for us, Carl, and thank you so very much. Carl's opinion, thank you. Carl has a great YouTube channel. Get him to 100,000 subs, 150,000 subs, and you're very, very kind. Everyone is saying what we have been saying on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. And the best line in this whole thing, this public relations press release, Democrats who have recently spoken with Mrs. Clinton says she shares the same concerns other party elites have about the field. You mean she has the same concerns? She has the same concerns? No. But she's such an objective observer. Oh my goodness. She's looking at the Democratic field and she's observing from a non-biased vantage point. She doesn't want to run. I don't want to run anymore. The Russians cheated me. I just want to help Warren, but she doesn't know how to help herself. They worried about Mr. Biden's durability. Gee, you think he turned into a reptile on television? It's not good. Worried about Miss Warren's liberal politics. which also means Bernie, and unsure of who else can emerge to take on Mr. Trump. But these people who spoke anonymously to discuss private conversations says Clinton enjoys the freedom that comes with not being on the ballot. Who believes this? Who believes this? Nonsense! Mrs. Clinton, the golden moo enjoys the freedom. Don't you understand? She enjoys the freedom of being free and not having to worry about all the debates and the Michigas and all this stuff and oh my God and the media. She loves to just walk in the woods. She's having a great time. She doesn't want to run. I mean, she really thought Tulsi Gabbard was working with the Russians because her husband got $500,000 and was living and hanging out with Putin at his home in 2010. Oh, Vladdy. Oh, my goodness, the caviar, the vodka. It was so great. I just want to thank you, Vladdy. I had such a great time. And that dessert, oh, my goodness. I haven't had dessert that good since I was at the White House, if you know what I mean. Bill Clinton met with Vladimir Putin at his home outside Moscow. Bill Clinton got $500,000 speaking engagement. Carl's opinion, thank you. Cash flowed to the Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal. So you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, and then let's not even get started on the Ukraine issue, because in 2015, James Risen of the New York Times at that point wrote about the conflicts of interest between Joe Biden and his son. So, you have a situation, people, where this is a charade that I've been calling out since 2017, and I cannot wait to tell everyone. People say, oh my God, H.A. Goodman, tell them that all the editors at the Huffington Post and Salon and The Hill gave me a stamp of approval to write everything I did, because at that point, I had the pulse of what was going on. Bernie would have won if it were a fair primary. But guess what? It wasn't. And guess what? This one is even more rigged. You think this one's more fair? No, the opposite. The opposite. Bernie was actually close to winning. He got way too close. Thank you, Eric H526. Thank you. Nobody's getting close to the golden moo on this one. And then they're like, oh, well, oh my goodness, but what about all the great candidates we have? Do we really need Clinton? Can't raise $1.2 billion. They can't raise $2 billion. Trump's on his way to $2 billion. I'm voting for President Trump because he goes up against corrupt intelligence officials. He scales back U.S. foreign policy. He signed the First Step Act. There's record low Black and Latino unemployment, record low unemployment nationally. And people who don't like Trump, it's nothing you could ever say to them will ever. I don't even care about convincing them, but they don't even accept anything good. They don't accept anything good that he's done. So it's like, They don't have any money. I knew this a long time ago. They can't go with anyone else. Democratic donors are begging and pleading and asking and demanding that Clinton run. She's waiting. I mean, they always knew that she was going to run anyway. But the people who didn't are like, look, the charade is over. Nobody came even close. Biden is losing money every quarter. He's losing money every quarter. So we have nothing. They don't have the money to compete. They have the media, they have Hollywood, they have the music industry, they got every single possible advantage, but they don't have the money to compete because Clinton runs the show. Everyone else believes that Russia hacked the DNC to inform the country that Bernie was cheated. Nobody is that different, and the only people who are different, Bernie and Elizabeth Warren, they want Medicare for all, but the House won't pass it. And the Mercatus study said it's not feasible. You got 320 million people. It's a noble idea. It's something that back in the day I wanted, but it's not feasible. So that, like, what are they, They want to impeach Trump. They're probably going to based on nonsense. And I mean, the whole thing is media and Democrats. And the interesting thing is you're getting a little bit of pushback from people. Well, Clinton, why? I mean, come on, we have so many good candidates. They're all going to go and rally around Clinton again. When she runs, and honestly, the people running her campaign are like horrendous. Like she should just tomorrow announce enough. There's only one debate left. Just go to the debate. Everyone's going to worship you anyway, Golden Moo. Oh my God. No, you know what? One of them, Amy Klobuchar. You know what? Everybody, big round of applause for Hillary. Yay! And it'll be like, no one's going to want to end the applause. No one's going to want to end the applause. And that's right. Robert Patillo was on Tucker Carlson tonight, and he said she's definitely running. Clinton is definitely running, and Clinton will lose again because of voter turnout. But what they've done is the Democrat. Okay, she got close to 65 million votes. She'll get the 60 million threshold. Okay, she ain't going to get the Electoral College because Democrats, the AFL-CIO is against the Green New Deal. They're going to push Clinton to talk about the Green New Deal. A lot of other reasons too. The economy is still good. Democrats say, well, you know what? It doesn't matter if we lose with Clinton. The Mercatus study said it would save money only if it worked, which that was a question mark. And it said also you'd have to double the triple tax collection, and you wouldn't even know if the quality was good. Furthermore, not everyone, people say, well, you won't have to pay premiums. Not everyone pays the same premiums. We have 320 million people. And let's say I'm wrong, the Democrats don't believe in it. So the only political party that would believe in Medicare for all, they're not even voting on it. And then they're going to go with Clinton again, so people can kiss all that stuff goodbye. It was all a pipe dream and nonsense and a way to just funnel progressive votes and funnel left-leaning votes back into the Clinton machine. I stated that for a long time. Not when I thought that Medicare for all was feasible regarding that issue, but I always said, look, unless people refuse to vote for a Democrat that cheats, which is the Golden Moo, nothing's going to change. People didn't listen. They lost. Now they're going to go with Clinton again. They're going to lose again, and they probably still won't listen. All of this is about money. That's it. It's not about value system, and it's certainly not about we're splitting voters, and if Clinton runs, she'll split the establishment vote. No one cares about Biden. The only reason Biden is there is because, for some reason, Democrats don't think anyone else is really electable. So Biden's there. He's on top. Clinton comes in and decimates everyone. Elizabeth Warren voters will vote for Clinton without any question, and the majority of Bernie voters will too. And there will be some H.A. Goodmans that either vote Trump from Bernie's side or just sit this one out again. And the same people will talk a lot, and they'll tell you that they're experts, and they'll tell you that Clinton's going to win, and they'll tell you to vote Clinton. They'll tell you that I don't like her, but you got to vote for her. And at the end of the day, they're going to lose again. And they won't care. Again, they win from losing. They do not care. They do not care. Clinton's running again, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it, and Trump's going to win again. It's just that the people who voted for her are going to... Okay, Clinton is actually very smart. And I'll be honest here. I mean, I've always been honest, but Clinton is very smart. She knows that she's going to get 60 million people in the popular vote, no matter what. No matter what. Okay? Cool Blue 71! A 2020 nominee, Hillary can deliver more states for Trump, more U.S. Senate seats for the GOP. Michigan is now polling as a toss-up. James versus Peters. Wow, nice. Nice. Yes. Okay. Cool Blue 71, thank you. Cool Blue 71, thank you. Yeah, I mean, oh, that's right, dude. Dude, she's not running. Cool Blue 71, thank you. They don't care if they lose. This is like something that people don't get. They don't understand. It's a political machine. Everyone makes out perfectly, even if she does lose. The fund people aren't paying $300,000, $100,000, $50,000 for a plate to sit next to Clinton for altruistic or for just purely political reasons. They're doing so for their pocketbook. These are networking functions. If you're trying to sell a script or finance a movie or finance a tech company or find clients or just you have the wealthiest people in the room, you are at a Clinton fundraiser 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, 1 week before Election Day. You have the most influential, wealthiest people in the entire country and in the world. And they're paying $100,000 or $300,000 for a plate with Clinton. What do you think you're there for? You didn't. If you can afford it, you're smart enough to know you're at the fundraiser not just to help Clinton's campaign, to help your pocketbook. It's a networking function beyond belief. Instead of going to a bank or a venture capital firm, you can just get the financing there for what you want. I mean, this is a possibility. I'm not saying that everyone who goes there gets a movie or a company financed, but you know what? You might not immediately get funding or immediately get hooked up, but you get the information. Cure bad. Socialism. Thank you. Can't use certain words. Socialism I can use, but the other word I can't. But thank you. They're doing so for their own pocketbooks. It doesn't really matter now, does it? It doesn't matter if Clinton loses. Why would it matter? And here you have people who are losing friendships, people who are not talking to one another, people who are getting into social media beefs all the time. And you have people taking this, they're like putting their heart and soul into it, like I did with Bernie Sanders. And at the end of the day, Let's just see. Okay, Clooney. Clinton fundraiser George Clooney table costs $353,000 to sit with the Clooneys. Okay. Tickets cost $33,400 per person to dine at the table and then to sit with Clinton for 2 seats at the head of the table with Clinton, George Clooney, his wife, at an April 15th fundraiser. This is Politico by Annie Carney. A couple must. This is and Kenneth Vogel, March 24, 2016. Kenneth Vogel is a brilliant journalist. A couple must contribute or raise a whopping $353,400. Are you going to pay $353,000, $353,400 to sit with Hillary Clinton? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Carl's opinion. This is getting scary. This is happening just the way you predicted. Yeah, Carl's opinion. She's been waiting for the candidates to implode. That's right. Then the puff pieces. Then Carl's begging her to get in, and her phony reluctance. Carl's opinion. Well, you know what they say. The sun shines on a canine's behind sometime, and I'm just, not right about everything, but I had the pulse of what was going on here. Carl, would you spend 300? Everyone here, 300 people. Would you spend $353,400 to sit with Clinton? Well, would you? And then you have people arguing about Medicare for all. They're arguing about Medicare for all. And Medicare for all. You don't understand. You don't. And they both agree that they want Medicare for all. Do you understand how sick this has gotten and sad? And they don't get it. And God bless them. And you have 2 people. They're progressive. They're fighting. No, you don't get. No, you don't get. I'm not talking. You're a Trumper. You're a Trumper. You're a Trumper. You're a Trumper. No, you vote for Trump. No, you vote for Trump. You know what? You're H.A. Goodman. You're the next H.A. Goodman. No, you're the next H.A. Goodman. No, you're the next. I knew it. And you're spending $353,400 for a fundraiser for Clinton. And they don't care if she loses. And she don't care either. Carl, everyone here, you think the Golden Moo cares if she loses? No. I played sports all my life. You watching, I'm sure you played sports all your life too. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. You take the L. Doesn't feel good. And you have to work harder to win. But if you lost and then they gave you the trophy, if you lost and then you got the contract, if you lost and you get hundreds of thousands of dollars, what does it matter? And again, they're like, well, and then you have she didn't pocket the money. She didn't pocket the money. No, but she found ways to enrich. People find ways to enrich themselves without taking a sack full of money and running out of a bank. How do you think they get so wealthy and rich and well-connected? You think they're clueless about how things work? They know what's going on. They don't care. They don't care if she loses again. The whole thing is a charade. I told you. How many times did I do my shtick? I just don't. No, they don't deserve me. They don't deserve me. I bust my kumquats for this country. I voted along Bush. I used private servers. I stole $10 billion from Haiti. And all I get is people who voted for Orange Monster. No, I'm not running. What? You want me to run? Well, I haven't heard anyone ask me politely. You think that I should run again? Do you think they'll be fair with me? Or will they write about my emails again? I just don't know. What? There was a New York Times article saying that the donors wanted me. But I just don't. I'm so happy being, walking in the woods and selling my book. Okay, fine, I'm running. Why aren't I 50 points ahead? George Rivera Jr. Looks like your Clinton running call is coming to pass. I have one. Thank you, George Rivera Jr. Thank you. But you know what? I appreciate you and Carl's opinion and everyone watching. And it's just, George Rivera Jr., Carl's opinion, Cartman, everyone, you got to enjoy and savor this like a fine wine. Don't you know Clinton doesn't want to run? She's having too much enjoyment not running. And people believe it. They're like, yeah, she really doesn't want to run. I mean, come on. I mean, what are you, thick in your brain? She doesn't want to run. She's happy. We got great candidates. Look, we got Klobuchar. We got, who else? We got Biden. He's a statesman. We got Warren. She's fantastic. She didn't claim that she was something she wasn't and then failed a DNA test. And we got Bernie, God bless him. We cheated him last time, but you know what? This time we won't. Whatever. We got a lot of great candidates. I mean, you've seen 50 people on the stage? Come on. I mean, Clinton, she doesn't want to run. I mean, look. If she wants to run, fine, It's just going to be a good candidate, I mean, she has the right to run, but, may the best person win. Come on. Do you think they're on to us? You think they know we've been pulling their chain? By the way, talking about pulling chains. We've been pulling their chain the whole time. Speaking of, what? I'm just joking. Look, Willie Brown of the former San Francisco mayor, Trust Sessions. Trust Sessions. Willie Brown, former San Francisco mayor, every week was like, this field stinks. This is a horrible Democratic field. They can't beat Trump. Every week. And then 3 weeks ago, he's like, then I knew this would happen. I'm like, maybe we need Hillary. Yeah, I said it. What's the problem? I said it. And people were like, no, what, Hillary? No, come on. We can go with Biden. We can go with Warren. Come on. Hillary? No. They're not raising any money. Biden, has no money to raise. He can't ask for the $1 billion from China because, that's a whole big thing now. And they talk a big game, too. They're like, no, I mean, this is so clueless, and they're so out of touch, and, we have such a great crop of candidates, and we don't need Hillary. We have a lot of great candidates. What? Hillary's running? Okay, if you don't vote for her, you're H.A. Goodman, orange monster times 1,000. You better vote for her. You got to say exactly. Last chance. You got to savor this. Enjoy it. Oh, look. Can I tell you, Clinton is going to use profanity. She already did. Didn't I call it? I said she was going to use profanity, and she tweets the, the letter or whatever. But Trump's foreign policy is infinitely better. That's why I'm voting Trump. That's the main reason, in addition to him going after corrupt intelligence officials and record low unemployment and first president to step foot in North Korea. And, and of course, that's, talking points to people. But it's like, what has the Golden Mumu accomplished ever? Can you list one good thing? One major good thing? And then you have the articles. I think that we've all been embarrassed about how the Clinton email scandal was covered. You should all be embarrassed. Well, do you know how she transferred top secret intel on private service? Do you know where her deleted 30,000 deleted emails, half of her emails, because she only had 60,000, half the time she was doing yoga? Couldn't have been the Clinton Foundation. I write about this in but her top secret emails, but her deleted emails, and debunking the Trump-Russia myth. So, but By the way, check out H.A. Goodman's other channel today. I have an important segment. No, Larry, Trump will not get convicted in the Senate, no matter what you hear. Okay, President Trump will not get convicted in the Senate because they're not going to... Republicans, at the end of the day, the self-interest will kick in. You might have Mittens Romney say, I am voting to convict Donald Trump, everyone. I am Mittens Romney. Look at my hair. I am coiffed so nicely. I am a good Republican, one with values, and I don't demean anyone. And I think that Trump should be convicted for a conversation and for obstructing justice in an investigation that was unlawful from the start, based on a Steele dossier that Clinton purchased, and a foreign ambassador that said something naughty. I'm Mittens. Don't you love me, Democrats and media? I'm like you. People, it ain't gonna, Democratic donors aren't asking. I love that, the articles. Do we have anyone else? Do you have anyone else? We spent 3 years talking about Russia because of someone else. It wasn't, Sherrod Brown or anyone else. It was Hillary. Hello? You really are asking? You don't even know? You forgot the person's name already, the Golden Mumu? You don't know that she was thinking she hasn't closed the door? She's the one. Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? What was that? Why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? Oh, okay. So, they don't have any money. Do you understand? They outspent Trump 2-1 and still lost. So then do the math on that one. So now what's going to happen? They outspent Trump 2-1 and still lost. So what are they going to do? Go with Amy Klobuchar? Go with Warren? Yeah, Warren is fantastic. Warren really motivates me. And there's such enthusiasm and energy regarding Warren's campaign. Said nobody ever said that. Never. Okay, with Bernie, he still has enthusiasm among his base of supporters, but see, you got to understand, I was the biggest Bernie booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. They're going to cheat him again, and it's going to be just havoc. The day that he had to capitulate at the convention, it was just like, that's it. The whole thing, even before, when Clinton was the presumptive nominee, the whole thing was like, just collapsed. There are people who truly think it's fair that Bernie or Warren or... I mean, is there any is there any Biden voter that really wants him to be president? I don't think so. Jimmy Carter is ready. That's right. I think that... Hey, my Jimmy Carter ain't bad. I think that the Russians installed the orange monster Trump. I think that the Russians
because they informed the country that Bernard Sanders was cheated, I think that actually, well, I can't take it back, that it was all about Russia.
You got to enjoy this. It's just going to be the same people who were like, we got to vote Clinton in 2016. Then they were like, Medicare for all, man, orange monster, oh, man, this and that, yeah. Condemnation and judgment, and we're fighting the system. We're fighting. Oh, Clinton's running again. Oh, Clinton 2020. You moted yourself. Carl's opinion. Thank you, Carl's opinion. Thank you. I agree. No downside for Hillary to run. Paid staff, 5-star hotels, 5-star restaurant. Oh man, now I want to run for president. Private plane travel, speaking fees for Bill, donations for the foundation, increased book sales, and her adoring fans to worship her. Exactly, Carl's opinion. You said it more eloquently, and I'm not just saying this. You said it better than I did. And even I didn't think of it. I did, but not so much in terms of that. You said it perfectly. No downside, paid staff, 5-star hotel, 5-star restaurant, private plane travel, speaking. I need my speaking fees, Carl's opinion. It's not like Hillary's not writing a book with me. Marital bliss. How to have a long and happy relationship by Bill and Hillary Clinton. Carl's opinion. James Whalen. What's up, brother? The Democratic candidates are just a bunch of pandering. Go Villanova. Yeah. Oh, James Whalen. Thank you, James. Thank you, James Whalen. Thank you, James. Carl's opinion, thank you. James Whalen, I hope all is well, thank you. And everyone look out for the next book, How to Have a Long and Happy Marriage by Bill and Hillary. I give you relationship techniques that keep a happy and stable marriage together, okay? Now, you got to trust me on this one. Richard Kruska. Do you think Hillary is waiting for the last moment to run so she's not under so much scrutiny? I keep hearing more and more that she's going to run. You are so right. Thank you, Richard. Richard, thank you. James, thank you. Carl's opinion, thank you. I think that there's a possibility. I'm not making a prediction regarding when she's going to run because I don't know. She could run a week before Super Tuesday. I don't know. But I will say this. If they're smart, which they're not, but if they're smart, I would have everyone in that campaign. I would have everyone in that campaign urge the Golden Moo to go to the 5th debate. Okay? I would have everyone in their campaign. So Philippe Reigns, everyone should force her or urge her to go to that campaign, to go to that debate. Sorry, yeah, the 5th debate. I don't know if she will. She might not. She might wait until January. She might wait until December. She might wait until the week before Super Tuesday. She'll lose. She'll lose eventually, but you do need to. I mean, I would think. You need to just at least get on that debate stage so people aren't like, oh my God, again. Oh my God, again. James, thank you. I want everybody to get my new book, How to Have a Happy, Healthy Oval Office Experience. Because it's all about the presidency and the Oval Office. I mean, it's Eric H526, thank you. Yeah, I mean, they don't have any money. They're not raising money. And, what's taking place is that Biden is actually losing money. Warren and Bernie Sanders, they're able to raise money, but not nearly as much as Clinton, and Clinton lost. And then, you can have, and the thing is, Trump, Trump has found a way. I mean, look, Trump has found a way to make everything, to turn it, like he's, anything negative, it's now a positive, or it's just, Democrats they've overplayed their hand. So they can't say, oh my God, we got him now. Now they're going after a phone conversation about the wrongdoing of Biden. So, but Bernie Sanders was cheated, by the way, two ways. The DNC emails show the DNC was basically the extension of Hillary's campaign. And also, there was a secret agreement that Donna Brazile talked about in Politico that said that the DNC would not only funnel money into the Clinton campaign, but all the superdelegates, the staffers who were forced to resign along with Debbie Wasserman Schultz, were pulling the strings in favor of one candidate. Clinton was getting debate questions. She was getting down-ticket Democrat money. It was just, the whole thing was rigged. Kind of like this one. In fact, that one was more fair compared to this one. But, ladies and gentlemen, didn't I said you're going to see the articles, you're going to see the donors are going to want Clinton. She's going to lose. She's going to lose in 2020. Okay, but again, what do they care? What do they care? Look, a corrupt political machine always has a very corrupt political ending. Then you have testimony today. Trump was trying to push the Ukraine to investigate Biden. Yeah, so what? So what? The DNC was pushing the Ukraine to investigate and undermine Trump. That's in Politico. So what? So you mean Trump was doing exactly what the DNC was doing? Oh, I'm sorry. That's too bad. Like they expect everyone to allow them to engage in underhanded tactics, but if anyone else engages, oh my God, you can't do that. And then they're like, well, is there anyone else? There anyone else? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very, very much. To my super chat, Carl's opinion, James, everyone, thank you so very, very much. Carl, thank you again. James, thank you. Clinton's going to run, like I've said for 2 years, but James Whalen! I have a few personal stories about the Delaware aristocratic Bidens. James Whalen, thank you so very much. James,
Carl's opinion. Say hello to Cartman. James, thank you again. Carl's opinion. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, it's happening. Oh, it's happening, people. And I tell someone tell Philippe Reigns or Huma Abedin or anybody, you probably want Clinton to show up at the next debate, because it would be the most watched debate of all time. And it would actually inject a great deal of enthusiasm into the Democratic Party primary. But again, Clinton will still lose. That's a given. The economy's too good and other things. But it would probably be the best thing for the Democratic Party if she showed up in the fifth debate. Carl's opinion, thank you. Everyone, James, thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, God bless. I'll see you tomorrow.